I don't even have any other customers. So that's the type of, starting point we had. We were like, pitching to these big banks like Citigroup, JP Morgan Chase, Microsoft. They're all our customers now. But just when we started off, nobody wanted to invest, in a software company which is just starting out without the reference model. But the good news is, so we had a big vision. We saw the business pain. It's like I could see the guy in the other side of the room sitting in who's spending so much money, was not able to report to his boss about what's going on, significant pain, and we had a very unique solution to solve that problem. So started off there, and then basically Pfizer said, okay, we need it anyways, so, we told them, like, you can talk to this guy. He did a beta testing of the product. You can figure out. They said, like, okay, what we'll do is we'll use the product for a couple of months, and then maybe we'll pay you for it, So we said, okay, that's fine. So we made sure that they were a huge success, and then everything followed. So we just closed it. It's public news. We released a press release a couple of days ago. We closed a $3 million software deal for Siemens AG. Right, Siemens is it's a German company. They have operations all over the world. So they're standardizing. Like their e-discovery aspects on the Xtero product. So the growth has been significant. But what we realized, or what we learned was, when you're starting off a company, right, you needed to always have a very, very clear focus. It's like when we started off, we felt, again, coming from an engineering background, I was like, I can do this, I can do any of that stuff. So we had to hone in on, within e-discovery, how do we want to do this, right? So how do we want to focus? So when I'm sitting next, opposite to the guy who has the pain point, I can say, I can solve your problem today, and how focused I was able to solve. Once we were able to get the beachhead, basically the beachhead is, so the first win where the big battle can be waged from, right? So when a battle is being fought, you want to go and get the position within the enemy's, within the opposing party's area, and then you can wage the large battle. So with our success in e-discovery, again, we still focus on the product side of things. With the success in e-discovery, now so many opportunities have come to us. So the companies where we've solved the e-discovery aspect, they would say, this is phenomenal, right? So I'll give you an example of Visa, right? So everybody has a Visa card. They are a customer of ours. They actually did their biggest IPO. It was like a $32 billion IPO recently. They were a private company for a long time. They were using our product, and they said, so when we go IPO, a lot of our officers wanted to basically say that there's a restriction in a certain period of time. You can't trade stocks. If you have material information about products and new releases, they didn't have to do it. So they said, like, okay, if we can use your product for this, we can use the product of this. So what we are seeing is so many opportunities adjacent to electronic discovery. It's a very untapped market. A lot of people in India probably have heard of, legal BPO and, medical transcript, stuff around that. But for a technology play, right? So we can connect to Exchange, we can connect to SharePoint, we can connect to the cloud, we have about 40 connectors connecting to different systems. We can collect from your laptop, desktop. If you're in the network, we can basically get information, we can share information, not share information. We can get information, we can search through information and make sense of the information from a legal perspective, because the companies have to do that. They don't have a choice, and we're going to see that significantly happen in the Indian market as well. So the idea is, for people here, the explosion of data, right? So it's not, you don't need to take the opportunity with the explosion of data, like, okay, what do I do? How do I leverage this? When anything grows, it creates opportunities. So as information is exploding, there's tons of opportunities. When you sit in Facebook and you message people and do stuff and do that, think about how important that information is, right? So why Facebook is going to be a $100 billion IPO? Because the stickiness they've created, people are putting everything about them without them even knowing. It's like, oh, this is my boyfriend, this is my girlfriend, this is, what I like. So the advertisement, community can use this information in a significant way. So information, or basically data, how do you, convert data into information is, what we're trying to do. So there are so many opportunities when information growth is exploding on how do you regulate this, right? How do you govern this? What is the privacy around this? How do I search through this information? Searching through video, that's a great aspect of it. It's like, so when there is a litigation or there is an investigation happening, how do I get to a certain part of information? Everything is electronic, right? So video is electronic, voicemail is getting electronic, SMS electronic, everything is electronic. So how do we make sense of it? How do we retrieve the data when there is an aspect of it? So we see significant opportunities in India specifically for information management. Still the companies we are a growing economy, so basically people are putting infrastructure. So they're like, okay, I need to get the system up and going. Okay, so you put the system up and going, but then after you're up and going and you're successful, how do you manage that information? And that's a costly thing. It's not like it's not a problem where they can say, okay, I'll deal with it when time comes. That's like an immediate pain point. The government is going to push them, the regulators are going to push them, the courts are going to push them. So it's a problem which is current, which is very big. We're not talking about hundreds of millions of dollars. We're talking about a B problem, right? Billions of problems growing in double-digit year over year. So I would challenge people to kind of look into that. So before I conclude, I just want to kind of give you a sense of Beehive. So really what we are trying to do at Xero is like, we've grown significantly. We've been growing triple-digit year over year. We've built significant intellectual property. We work on the most advanced concepts, because if you think about getting this information, making sense of it, we work on machine learning, artificial intelligence, social media. How do we kind of normalize information in a single aspects, location transparent, storage management, and in a variety of different aspects of it. So we are launching Beehive tomorrow. It's really for the best students in India and other parts of the world to participate with the industry folks. So we're creating an ecosystem where we're going to create teams and real life projects for people to basically get an exposure to entrepreneurial skills, very, very large scale, big problems, which they've read in a book, but they haven't really get a sense of it. So we're doing a lot of knowledge transfer and kind of, and we're basically spending about $25,000 for the students who are going to be participating in Beehive. So we got significant aspects of it. So, you guys can check that out, tomorrow. But I just want to tell you, want to conclude, the opportunities are big, in the information governance aspect of it. Risk management, or governance, risk, and compliance is huge. It's not a problem which people can, it's not a nice to have. It's not like, okay, I like this, so I want it, right? So it's not nice to have. It's a big pain point. They have somebody with a knife on their neck saying, you better do this today, otherwise, you're going to lose a lot of money. So it's a big problem with an immediate, it's basically immediate pain point with significant return. So I would encourage, I see opportunities, so many opportunities for entrepreneurs. We just don't have the bandwidth to do everything. We are focused on being a leader in the e-discovery space and just continuing to conquer the enterprise space. But, for other folks, just tremendous opportunity. So, if you need any information, obviously, you can reach out to us. But good luck, and thank you for this opportunity.